Welcome to Rappahannock Issues. I'm Tom Cohen.
And I'm David Kerr.
And we're going to be looking at topics that are of interest to our community, both regionally and to the state. Welcome to Rappahannock Issues. I'm Tom Cohen. In our continuing coverage of the 2015 election, we are having an interview with one of the candidates from the 2nd House District, which covers North Stafford and part of Prince William County. So I would like to welcome you, Mark Dudenhefer,
Thank you.
Who's the candidate, the Republican candidate. We invited, as part of our series, we've been inviting people for debates. We invited Mark and his opponent. His opponent declined to be in debate because of scheduling, but we had offered both candidates to come in to be interviewed, and Mark eagerly came in to be interviewed, so we appreciate that, and we welcome you. For those of you who don't know Mark, Mark has been a supervisor in Stafford County. He's been on the chairman of the Board of Supervisors, and he has been elected to the House 4 years ago, and then very narrowly lost 2 years ago, and he's running again. So I guess one quick question is, why do you keep trying to do something and run for office? Why are you doing this?
My wife makes me. No. The passion that I had from the very first day that I decided to run is still there. And after the loss last time, I tried to bury it. I mean, we tried very hard to bury it. And you find out that it still bubbles to the top. And once you're there, then it's a matter around, if you can get support. And I was continually being asked to run again. So here I am. I'm gonna do this. And I'm not going to lose again, so I'm confident of that.
All right. Well, transportation is a major concern in our area, and I know it is a major focus of yours. It's been something that you have been a champion on before you were on the Board of Supervisors, all throughout that time, and then when you were in Richmond. So what are your thoughts about transportation?
Well, you're right. Transportation was and still is the number one issue that I work on when I run and when I'm in office. I think the results or the fruits of my labors and several others are apparent if you look around Stafford County. With all the road projects that are there and a number that are in the very near future getting ready to start, I have my fingerprints on every single one of them. When I first got on the Board of Supervisors, Stafford County got $2 million a year for transportation, and you had to put money on every project that stayed on the 6-year plan. So, I mean, we usually had enough money for a couple of traffic lights. But, when I was elected and I had, personal reasons why I did that, we were able to elect some other guys with like minds, and we changed the culture, I think, in Stafford County from if everything is VDOT's problem to we need to work together to get these certain issues and problems worked on. And all you got to do is look around Stafford County. They got the 17 widening. They just opened the Falmouth interchange. We're getting ready to start the 610 widening that's going to go there. We've got a project wrapping up on Mountain View Road, which is a very personal and near and dear project to me. We got a project on Poplar Road that's straightening out curves and making our road safer in that regard. So, and I could go on and on and on about these. There was a public hearing or a town hall type meeting last night with VDOT to talk about the Falmouth interchange, the replacement.
The 630 interchange.
What?
The 630 interchange.
Yes, the 630 interchange and the widening of Courthouse Road out about 3 miles to the last stop there. So all important projects, all things that we needed 10 years ago. Unfortunately, the funding wasn't there, but I think think now we're gonna, we're actually seeing some results. I mean, I think the state is starting to recognize that, whoa, we have a real problem.
And one of the questions that Pete's purping up is about the hot lanes. How the hot lanes have sort of caused some questions because it sort of has moved some of the congestion from up in Prince William at Potomac Mills. Now it's down at Garrisonville Road. And so what are your thoughts about the hot lanes? Is it doing what they envisioned it to do, and what possibly things could we do to it in the future?
In some respects, I'd probably get shot by some people for even saying it, but in some respects it has done what it was programmed to do. It cleared out a bunch of the I-95 traffic in Prince William County. That doesn't satisfy the people in Stafford very well, but it certainly improved around 234 in there. But VDOT didn't listen to my suggestion back several years ago that the road project that's in now go beyond Garrisonville Road, and they stopped it before the Aquia Creek because it was too expensive, and now it's going to cost them a lot more money to extend it down, which is what I'm advocating for extend it down. I'm not happy with the way it backs up. I mean, it's really unsat. I wish I could tell you the number of times engineers told me they've run their modeling through it and it's not going to be a problem. And so now I don't normally listen to too many of the young engineers with their modeling techniques. I think they're off. They're fudged, as they say. So we have a lot of work to do on that. And fortunately or unfortunately for me, I mean, it's right in my district, and I had anticipated having it go beyond Garrisonville, which was my request, and maybe we wouldn't have this problem. But it's a problem from everyone south of Quantico as we go. It's unfortunate that even the express lanes back up from Garrisonville Road. I mean, no one expected that to happen. So we have some serious problems. I think the tolling is inappropriate for the commute that you have there. I think it's way too high. That's something I hear a lot about. I guess I didn't have enough money in my Easy Pass account, and I got a bill in the mail for $1.25 and a $12.50 service charge on that. And that is something I can tell you I definitely am going to take on. That's something I think legislatively I can handle. Never should your service charge be more than your shortage. I mean, that was the way that worked. So the express lanes in some ways are better. I mean, we've got this, we're now in the Stafford, so now whenever we move it further south, we're continuing to push the traffic down further, and maybe in 20 years we'll get there.
And then we have about a minute left, so we'll sort of do it. So when you go to Richmond, should you get reelected or elected, the idea is to try to focus more attention on the VDOT and road programs.
Well, certainly from the House of Delegates as opposed to the Board of Supervisors, your focus, your aim gets a little higher. But I voted for the transportation bill back in 2013. It caused some angst amongst my more conservative friends, but it was the right decision to do, and I was proud of that vote. But as part of that, I also had some agreements for some substantial improvements on I-95, which unfortunately the governor and the secretary managed to pull the money off.
Right, and that gets to, and when we come back from the break, I'll ask you about this. They've started, VDOT has a new process for deciding funding, et cetera. So when we come back from break, and we'll continue our conversation with Mark Dudenhefer and talk more about transportation and other issues facing the Commonwealth of Virginia as we head into our November election. Come on back.